Do you ever finish a manga chapter, slam the book shut and just stare into the middle distance because your feelings are doing Viking battle inside your chest? Yeah, that's what happened to me after Vinland Saga chapter 218. Today I'm taking you on a longship voyage through one of the greatest historical epics in manga, Vinland Saga. I've read every chapter up to 218, the current one, cried on 3 separate occasions, and developed an unhealthy admiration for a Welsh-Danish mercenary who may or may not be King Arthur's great something. Buckle up, grab your wheat farming tools, and let's talk about war, redemption, and whether pacifism can survive a bear attack. Written and illustrated by Makoto Yukimura, Vinland Saga drops us into the brutal 11th century Viking world and then quietly asks, hey, what if we tried not murdering people for a change? The story follows Thorfinn, child soldier turned pacifist settler, on his quest to build a war-free utopia called Vinland. Think Game of Thrones levels of intrigue, but the main character literally throws away his sword halfway through the series and says, no thanks, I'm good. And somehow it's riveting. So let's go over the arcs. It starts with the prologue, the war arc. I call this the everything hurts arc. Thorfinn watches his dad, legendary chill dad Thors, get assassinated by the sly fox Askeladd. Trauma speedrun completed, little Thorfinn joins the very man he hates, fighting England's wars just so he can duel Askeladd fairly one day. It's bloody, fast-paced, and ends with Askeladd pulling the most 5-head political sacrifice move I've ever seen. Cue Thorfinn's existential meltdown. And we get into the slave arc, or the farmland arc. A hard left turn, the manga slams the brakes and hands Thorfinn a hoe. Enter Einar, cinnamon roll farmer and my personal therapy animal. For 40 plus chapters we plow through fields, unpack PTSD and learn that fists can plant seeds instead of faces. Some readers bounced here. Too slow, they said. I say it's where the series grows its soul. Then we get into the Eastern Expedition, Baltic War arc. Now the squad needs cash for that Vinland road trip. So we sail east, pick fights with literally every Viking in the Baltic and somehow talk an entire mercenary order into retiring. The highlights of this arc, the reunion with Viking uncle Thorkel, the debut of Hild, the crossbow queen, and Thorfinn perfecting non-legal judo against berserkers twice his size. It's really a chef's kiss. Then we get in the Vinland Settlement arc. The dream becomes reality. New continent, new neighbors, zero war, theoretically. Cue language barriers, invasive settlers and the nightmare question, can a pacifist protect peace when swords are drawn against him? Chapters 180 to 218 shredded my nerves. Picture reading at 3 AM, whisper screaming, Thorfinn, don't pick up that axe. Let's talk about the characters a bit. Thorfinn. He went from feral revenge goblin to soft-spoken Gandhi with abs. Watching him unlearn violence is the best slow burn redemption arc in modern age. Askeladd. Chaotic neutral uncle, half Welsh freedom fighter, half Viking pirate, all charisma. He murders your fave and you still cry when he dies. Black magic. Canute. Started an anxious Bambi prince, evolved into a steel-eyed king plotting utopia through real estate seizures and mild regicide. Power corrupts kids. Einar. Human golden retriever. Literally farms trauma out of the protagonist. Protect him at all costs. Hild. Crossbow sniping, bear trapping huntress who travels with the man who killed her dad, just to make sure he behaves. Peak dramatic tension, also peak ally material. So why am I obsessed with this series? Well, moral weight. It's a shonen about not throwing hands. It's really bold. Historical flavor, real kings, real sagas, gorgeous ships, My history nerd heart is full. Art evolution. Yukimura's pencils leveled up harder than Thorfinn. Early volumes look great, recent chapters museum quality. Emotional carnage. I cried over wheat. Over wheat! But there are some nitpicks though. The pacing. The farm arc is a slow slimmer. If you need constant sword whacking, brace yourself. That's not it. The tone shifts. One volume you're knee deep in entrails, next volume you're harvesting turnips. Side characters on timeout. If you miss Torkel or Ilva, get comfy. Yukimura parks them on the bench for long stretches. Vinland Saga up to 218 is near a masterpiece. An epic about breaking cycles of violence instead of glorifying them. It swings a mighty axe at toxic masculinity, then lovingly carves a pacifist philosophy into the handle. On my personal shelf, it sails in at 4.5 out of 5. The missing half star reserved for that future. Hopefully a tear-soaked finale. If you're craving Vikings with brains, brawn and a big beating heart, read Vinland Saga. Then come back here and scream about it in the comments with me. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'll keep the meat warm and the spoiler flags high. Until next time, keep your blades sheathed and your dreams sailing west.